we are really excited to be here, and we're going to get started with all-star pitcher Andrew Abbott, Virginia native. So Andrew, thanks so much for coming in. Right here is great. All right, if you have a question for Andrew, just raise your hand. We have microphones that we will get to you, and we will start in the middle here.
Andrew Jeff Birchville with the Johnson City Press and Kingsport Times News. I know a few weeks ago we talked the Major League All-Star game down in Atlanta. Really know what your thoughts about playing here, but now that you've actually got to see the field, what are your initial impressions?
You know, I've seen the racetrack plenty of times, so to be able to have a baseball field here is kind of unique, something you're not going to see often. So, you know, the guys coming here maybe haven't seen NASCAR races before, and kind of understanding how big this place actually is. It's like I said, it's unique, it's great, and I think they did a tremendous job of putting together facilities for us, and then bringing in a lot of fans to help, support and be loud during the game.
Right from Andrew.
Yeah, Tim Hayes from the Bristol Herald-Courier. It went viral a few hours ago, your pregame outfit. Just how long did you plan that? And just take me through that a little bit.
Well, it's a special game, so I wanted to do something just to wear in, just kind of, I grew up around NASCAR, my grandparents and whatnot, so just went on eBay and found a couple options, and luckily that was the one that arrived in time. I had a couple other ones, kind of backups, but yeah, I know who Rusty Wallace is too, so it's not. I actually do know the backstory behind it, but yeah, it just wanted to be special, and I probably will never wear it again. It'll go in a closet somewhere, and it'll come out and be a story for grandkids and stuff down the road.
Back right corner, Andrew.
Hi, Mike Henry from Auto Week. I don't know if you've played in a temporary facility before, but is there a significant difference in playing the game, how you view it, how you play the game in a place like this?
I think the only real difference is the facilities, as you said. Like, we're used to just, stationary, the things don't move, like, kind of the parts are the same kind of throughout every stadium. It's a little bit different here being in, like a little pop-up area, just like really quick in and out. But the field and, what we do on the field is always going to remain the same. So maybe I think everything off the field just changes a little bit, but it doesn't change the perspective and how we go about our business.
Questions for Andrew?
Andrew, Will Sports Illustrated. This is the first ever MLB game in Tennessee. I was wondering if you have any thoughts about this. This is a record attendance for a regular season game. Do you feel like there's kind of been a movement lately, maybe get Nashville like an MLB team? Do you think the South is like an area that's sort of underserved with how many teams there are?
I think it is a little bit. I do. There's a lot of good programs around here, baseball-wise, college programs at least, and there's a good, talent. There's a lot of talent down here that I think needs to be seen a little more. So I do think it's a win-win in that situation. I'm not sure about the expansion. Obviously, I don't control none of that. So I just think it's great to get in areas that may be underrepresented or underappreciated a little bit, and kind of give the fans something that they would want to see. And this being a big area, and I know how important races are here, that I think it's going to be enjoyable for both sides.
Hi, Olivia Sayer, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, with over 85,000 in attendance. What are you expecting from the crowd and the noise?
I hope just loud. I hope they appreciate as much as we do, being able to be here and being able to be a part of it. It's going to be a little bit quieter. There's no race cars going around 200 miles an hour on left turns, but I think it's going to be great for them to just experience it. I did see some of the fans are going to have some weird-looking seats in some places, but it's a NASCAR track. It's pretty big, so I think they'll still enjoy it and have a blast.
Questions for Andrew? Anything else? All right, Andrew, thanks so much for your time. Have fun tonight. Thanks, man. Tito Francona will be in a little bit.
Two 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 two. Hey two. 2-1-2. That's clean. 1-2-3-4. Hey 1-2-3-4. Audio test. 1-2-3-4.
we'll get going with the great Tito Francona. If you have a question, just raise your hands, and we'll start in the second row on your right, Tito.
Coach. Here. Donnell Suggs with the Atlanta Voice.
Say it again?
My name is Donnell Suggs with the Atlanta Voice. I was going to ask you, you've seen Major League Baseball everywhere, all over the country and even other parts of the world. What do you think about the setup here at Bristol?
I think MLB always does a really good job of not just throwing stuff against the wall. I guarantee you they've been here for a long time. I've known Murray Cook since probably longer than I would like to admit. The guy that built the field, he's about as good as there is. It'll be fine. I mean, for one day, we can all make some slight adjustments, and if it's good for the game, we need to put a smile on and do it. That's how I feel.
Questions for Tito? The second row on your right.
Is this commercial, or can I drink it?
Oh, it's all yours.
Thanks. Thirsty.
Hey, Tito. Andrew Smith, Johnson City Press. You're giving the ball tonight to the youngster in Chase Burns, a Tennessee native. Just what have you seen from him the past couple of days and him getting ready for this start? Have there been anything different for him, or has it been just same old Chase?
He's always the same, and I mean that very complimentary. He's very mature for his experience level. I'd say the one difference is there's not a lot of days where you're pitching where you get on a plane in the morning. Now, he's about 18 years old. I mean, he's young. He'll be fine. That's the only difference.
Other questions? Second row on your left, right here.
Hey, Will Oz from Sports Illustrated. This is going to set an attendance record for the regular season, first ever game in Tennessee. Do you feel like perhaps as a region, the South is a little bit underserved? There's been talk about expanding to Nashville at some point maybe. Do you feel like with all the enthusiasm shown here that there could be more that the South has to give really to baseball?
Say the last part.
Just as a region, do you feel like maybe like with the amount of teams in baseball, is it like a potential expansion area, the South as a region, or?
That's above my pay grade. I'm glad it is. Again, anything that's good for baseball, and I'm sure this event is good, because I think we'd all like to grow our game. How you do that, that's for people up the ladder. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to score off Strider.
On the riser, second person in.
Jaron May with WLWT. Coach, turf field, how does that
This is going to be a bad question, isn't it? Anytime you start out with coach.
Manager.
Okay. Go ahead.
How do you adjust to playing the field with a turf field?
Oh, that's probably the easy part. I mean, it's not been slapped down in 10 minutes. It's fine. Toronto has it. Tampa had it in their, the Trop. That won't be an issue. And hopefully we'll get out there and take some ground balls if the weather allows us to, but that shouldn't be an issue.
Fourth row on your left.
Todd Summers, WSPA TV. When you first saw the facility now, as it sits right now, what were your initial thoughts just kind of looking around and thinking we're going to play baseball in this venue that has seen, Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte and all those different guys over the years?
When we arrived on the buses from the outside, it's huge. Like that it's big. When you get outside to the field, it's actually pretty cool the way the stands kind of all face in the ones they're using. It looks pretty cool.
Mark right here.
Hey there. Have they told you yet if the scoreboard's in play and how that?
Out of play.
It's out of play. I was just wondering how that, or any other quirks about this park that they've told you about.
Michael Hill walked around with us, which we appreciate. They sent us some ground rules, but he actually walked around with us. I'd say probably the only thing that's going to be a little quirky, or could be quirky, is those two cables. And we just are telling our guys, play it until it stops, and we'll figure it out, just to be safe. But if it hits that second cable, there's a pretty good chance that was going in the river anyway. But if it lands, if it's coming down, play it if it's fair. If it hits it going this way, it was going to go about 500 feet. The other one, there's a portion where that cable comes out of the scoreboard. You can see it, and that's like fair foul.
first row on your right.
Yeah, Jeff Birchfield, Johnson City Press. Mr. Francona, you've accomplished so much in this game, but what does this mean for you personally to participate in this tonight?
You know what? As I get older, I'll try to enjoy it more because I've not been very good at stuff like that. I get so caught up in we got to win tonight, and that's why we're here. But it's a pretty cool event. And I know there's a ton of interest. I've been really surprised how many like texts and calls like, hey, I got friends going to be there, or, I'm going to be there. So like I said, we'll do it with a smile. It's not putting us out that much. We'll be okay.
Anything else for Tito? All right, Tito, thanks so much. We'll see you later.
You know what? Yeah. Give that to Snit. Tell Snit it's clean.